Yeah, hi, this is Alken. Welcome back to my channel. It seems like the CEO and chairman of the NTA, Lieberman, is getting into more hot water. Um Not just because of the congestion pricing, but down, downplaying the crime problem on the subway. He keeps saying, it's all in our heads, but we're getting more and more incidents involved on the New York City transit system. People getting pushed, people getting a stab, person got burned to death, and he's saying, "Oh, everything's fine." It's like he's saying, "Oh, the water's fine. Come on in," and it's surrounded by sharks. No. Anyway, it's from Van Bango Golden. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. So from the both. GOP pushes MTA boss to resign after downplaying transit crime as state braces for even more taxes and fee on top of the $9 congested pricing. So Albany. Republican state lawmakers want MTA head honcho to resign after he brushed off New York's concern about subway crime, and question swirls over the agency's chronic financial picture. 11 state senators said Wednesday they want the MTA chairman and CEO General Lieberman to step down. If he won't go on his own, then General Hochul should step in and force him to remove him. General Lieberman has lost the trust of the commuters. Long Island State Senator Stephen Rhodes told the news conference in the state capitol. He's from Nassau County. Oh, darn it. You have to forgive me. Having issues here. That's all right. Mm. Anyway, General Lieberman, whatever the fungo his name is, has lost the trust of our conference, Rhodes says, or went on. In general, Lieberman lost the trust of New Yorkers and the people who live, work, and raise a family here. Lieberman faces growing scrutiny since Sunday rollout of a non-popular $9 congestion pricing toll into Midtown Manhattan as state legislature returned to Albany, expecting to debate even more taxes and fees to fund the MTA massive capital plan, which is $33 billion in the hole. Lieberman enraged many Big Apple residents with a Monday appearance on Bloomberg Surveillance where he trumpeted that transit crime is down 12.5% in 2024 compared to 5 years earlier before COVID-19 shut down. But murders are up on the subway, felony assaults are up on the subway, and burglary is up on the subway, despite what he just said. The comments came despite a series of terrifying subway crimes that were shocking and random in nature, including an incident where a sleeping woman was lit on fire and burned to death on a Brooklyn F train in plain view of terrified commuters. But Lieberman called the overall stat positive. Some of these high-profile incidents, terror attacks had gotten into people's heads and made the whole system feel unsafe, he said. Despite some of our numbers, murders hit a 25-year high last year with 10 in 12 months, while there were 579 felony assaults, according to NYPD data. Rose said Wednesday news conference that Lieberman thinks we have a perception problem. We don't have a perception problem, Rose said. Our commuters don't have a perception problem. We have a deception problem. A deception problem part of the governor, a deception problem part of the NTA chairman. Deception, right. State Senator Andrew Liz, a standout, calling for the resignation of someone was not something he nor Kohler took lightly. We are asking for something that we believe is necessary for the well-being of people in the state of New York, especially those who live in the MTA region. We believe that under these circumstances it is very warranted. Some of those metaphors calling for General's head cited a New Year's Eve publicity stunt celebrating the implementation of the congestion toll, which slapped on drivers entering Manhattan below 60th Street. They didn't like that at all. The death tone celebration of the congestion pricing cash grab was the nail in the coffin as far as I'm concerned, as far as my residents in Rockland are concerned as well. Hudson Valley State Senator Bill Weber said congestion pricing is wrong. It needs to be repealed. Other state senators calling for Lieberman's ouster, including Senator Mario Matira of Suffolk County, Dean Murray of also Suffolk County, Patrick Carzonelli Fitzpatrick of Nassau County, Jack Martin of Nassau, Rob Rosone of Dutchess, Alex Week of Suffolk, Steve Chan of Brooklyn, and Anthony Palomino of Suffolk. They are all in the region of the state served by the NTA, and NTA spokesman scoffed at the lawmakers' calls. Let's cough. Under Chairman Lear's leadership, the NTA had addressed service, open new terminals, and provide record on-time performance for their constituents Long Island and Hudson Valley, while delivering the most reliable subway service in a dozen years, says John McCafferty, NTA Chief Policy and External Relations, but apparently none of that prevents outside politicians from being Fiating. What the hell is that? Speak English. Excuse me. Speak English. Don't put words that we can't understand. This is the nonsense jargon of the NTA. This is how they screw people over. They come up with their own jargon so you don't understand what the hell they're saying. This is not a word that I normally see. The state is grappling with the NTA proposed $68 billion 5-year capital plan. The agency approved the plan last fall, even though it was remained to be seen as how the $33 billion will be funded. The Assembly Speaker, Carl Hesty of the Bronx, was the latest to announce that Albany will likely have to consider raising taxes or fees to pay for the gap, something Hotel Budget Director acknowledged in November. I assume raising revenue will absolutely be on the table, as he told Spectrum News' Susan Arbor in an interview Tuesday. But the unpopular governor herself is refusing to admit the same. Monday, she said it was up to the legislature to propose how to fill the $33 billion funding gap. Her office has declined to say whether she even publicly releases the plan at the head of the state budget negotiation. Well, deal is most likely to be worked out. They have until April for a budget. Sources tell the Post that Hochul is considering floating a hike in the payroll mobility tax behind the scene. Everything has to be, we got to raise taxes, we got to raise fees, we got to do this, we got to do that. It's a Ponzi scheme. That's all what it is, a Ponzi scheme. And everybody is getting screwed in the process. Now here I'm saying, no, the subway's safe. No, it's not safe. Because I used to work in the system and I can tell you it's not safe. So don't say it's safe. It's not. And don't say it's in our heads. No, it's not in our heads. If it was in our heads, we'll be sitting in a rubber room right now in a mental institution. So don't say it's all in our heads. It is not in our heads. And I've shown you newspaper articles about these incidents. So if it was in our heads, it wouldn't exist on newspapers or on TV or on print or word of mouth. It is what it is. Just not long ago, you had Scotty LaBelle on top of an automobile protesting the $9 congestion pricing before he was taken down and arrested. So, this is going to be a long, long fight to get rid of this thing. The thing is, you put the $9 in, you should have been using that $9 to fill that $33 million gap. Now you're saying, no, that's not enough. It's going to be a point in time where people are going to say, finally, no, we're not going to pay anymore. And if you keep bugging for more money, then you know what we're going to do? We're going to shut you down. We're going to get rid of you and put a new agency in that we can control and be financially astute and deliver all the needs and services we want at a timely basis. You say, oh, the trains are on time. Yeah, but what good is the trains on time if you got people trying to stab you, push you in front of the train, assault you, rob you, and everything else? And despite the crime is down overall, it is not down overall in the subway. It might be down overall in the city, but not in the subway. So Lieberman is foolish caca. This is Alcan saying so long for now. Don't forget to stop.